Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Wavelength Wednesday. My name is Waveney. I'm your host. If you're just joining, welcome once more. Special welcome. And if you are a regular, thank you for tuning in, for keeping up, for being loyal. And so, can I just tell you, I had an amazing weekend. Those of you who would have been following me, you would realize that I hosted a 2020, an intention 2020 workshop. And you might say, well, what's an intention 2020? What's that? Well, I don't call them goals. I refer to them as intention because it's more deliberate, it's more focused, but it's also an opportunity to also review my prior posts. So I'll encourage you to do that. But I had a really fun time. Everyone came out, it was sold out. Persons walked away feeling transformed, being inspired, which really was my intention for that program. And I'm so happy, and I thank everyone. Thank Carambola, thank IC Jewelers. Like I said, go see my posts, my prior posts, and so you can keep up with what's going on. But I'm super happy for that. And so today I thought, what would be really beneficial for you? So, our first video, the first video that I did for the year, spoke about mindset and why mindset is important. Changing your mindset is important, elevating your mindset. If you want to get from point A to point B, then there's an elevation, there's a shifting that needs to happen right up in here, right? And so I talked about that. Then last week, I spoke about change, because if you want to be successful, change is necessary. So that is important. And so today, what other tools can you use so that when you set your goals, or you set your intentions, as I call them, or your New Year's resolution, your 2020 resolutions, what else do you need to look for? What else can you do so that you can really, accomplish and get some wins, so that in December or even November, you can look back and say, yes, this has been a productive year. It may have been challenging. It may have been, a bit rough, but I've accomplished what I set out to do. And sometimes it doesn't always mean that you'll accomplish everything, but you would have accomplished most things on what you set out to do, right? So that's important to note. It's also important to note that things change along the way, and if something isn't working for you, don't stick around, don't try to make it work, don't put a square peg into a round hole. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but be brave enough to say, you know what, this doesn't work. So today I thought that it would be really beneficial if I spoke about ways in which you can reinforce your intention. And what I'm about to share with you is a little bit of what I shared with the participants on Saturday at the Intention 2020 workshop. Because if you are, and again, I keep repeating myself, if you are to win, if you want some sort of movement, the fact that you are listening to me speak, you want elevation in your life, you are about progression, you are about growth and development, and so you've come to the right spot. And so, reinforcing your intentions is a method of keeping yourself accountable. It's the way you keep yourself accountable. And you are responsible for you. You're responsible for you, not your mother, not your father, not your friend, not your boyfriend, not your husband, not your children. You are responsible for you. The destiny of your life lies in your hand. And so you have to take some responsibility, which is why you have to implement practices that will help you achieve those goals, right? And so reinforcing, it helps you to be, is the way in which you hold yourself accountable to your commitments, which is your intentions, to the actions that you say you're going to take. And it's really a great foundation and really a great base to help you win. It's sort of a boost to help you win. So the first thing I want to talk about is number one, you have to display your commitment. I'm going to use the words interchangeably. I want to use the word intention. So when I use the word intention, by now what I mean, whatever you want to refer. So you have to display your intentions where you can see them daily. They need to be somewhere that you are, where you go to daily, whether it's if you have a makeup stand where you do your makeup, if it's in your bedroom, I recommend that you put it in your bedroom. You find a wall, you find some space, and boom, you put your intentions up. You write them out. You write out the action steps that you're going to take, and you display them where you'll see them daily. And one of the things the gifts the participants walked away with was, I don't even remember the size of it, but it's really huge. A really huge whiteboard. It's a whiteboard. It's on one side and it's a corkboard on the other side. So it's not for their families, it's not for their children, it's not for anybody to take. And for those who attended who were entrepreneurs, I say you do not write anything for your business, like no price list, nothing on this. This is for you, And so you have to put your intentions where you can see them daily. They have to be in your face, wherever that is. So you can buy a whiteboard and display that. They sell them, if you reside on the Federation, they sell them in Harper's. I think that's the only place that sell them. I don't think TDC sells them. Are they out of them? No, they don't sell them because I checked. So Harper's sell them, and so you can get that and write it up, right? Make sure though you are using the correct marker, because whiteboard markers are erasable. There are other permanent markers. If you write on them, you're not going to get it out. All right. The other thing that you can do to display daily, and you can do this even if you're using the whiteboard. You can use a screensaver on your computer or your phone. For those of you who live on your phone, yes. Create a screensaver. If you're using an iPhone, do it in Notes, or you can do something fancy. If you're using an Android, you could create it in, I think they have Notes, right? Yeah, you could create it in Notes, and you could put your actions there. You can display it there. So use the screensavers on your phone or your computer or your or laptop. And you can do that on your personal computer. And if you have a computer at work, you can put reminders there to help you, to keep you on board, right? The other thing too that I discovered, I didn't know, maybe you do know about this is iPhone. iPhone has a feature, I'm not sure if Android has it. iPhone has a feature where you can set reminders based on location, and I've actually used it. So if you want to set a particular action or reminder or affirmation, whatever it is, you can set it, and it gives an option that you can set it at home. So it picks up your location. So as soon as you walk into the house, it will pop up. And I think that's so cool. Or as soon as you arrive to work, it picks up your location. It'll just remind you, and I think that's really cool, and that's something that you could use a little bit more often for good, right? So number one is display your commitment. It should be big and broad in your face every day. It's it will do you no good to sit and write out your intentions and then that's it. You need, again, some accountability. You need to reinforce what you want to see, right? Remember, the brain works by repetition. Your subconscious mind is the one that's driving it, and the more you see something, the more you read something, the more you reinforce, it becomes second nature. Number two is find your word. So this is something, and again, I am not sharing anything with you that I don't do. This is something I've used in my life for a very long time. I find a word at the beginning of or at the ending of the year when I'm about to go into my intention setting and I'm looking at what I want to achieve, what I've accomplished, and stuff like that. One of the things I think about a word of that really speaks to the direction in which I want to go. So last year my word was focused. So the second option is finding your word, right? So this one word would be like your compass. It will provide a focus for you. And so last year, my word was focus because I really needed to buckle down. I wanted to, really look at the People brand, where I was going with it. Had some other stuff going on in my life, so my word was focused, and I didn't want to get distracted. I wasn't allowing that, not didn't want, I wasn't allowing any distractions. And so my one word is focus last year. So this is another thing. And some persons they use focus, some persons they use determine, some persons discipline is their word. Some persons use love or peace, but it depends on what you really want to drive home the focus of your vision for 2020 and your intentions. And that word, like I said, should be something that whenever you see it, it gets you back on track, and it should also be some place where you can see daily as well. So what I shared with the class is on your boards, the first thing that should be written is your one word, and we sort of did an exercise on how to get to that word, right, which I'll probably share with you in another training later on. But you have your one word, so that's another thing that you can use to refocus, to reinforce where you're going, your display of your intentions, your one word. And you can also put the one word on your screensaver, on your laptop and stuff like that as well. The third thing that I would suggest is schedule a time each week that you can sit and review your intentions, and it should most likely be, not most likely, it should be the same time every week. And this is to create a pattern, and this is to create consistency. Successful people all have patterns and they all have routines, whatever that is. Whether they get up first thing in the morning at 5 or at 4, and then they exercise and then they do whatever, they all have a routine, and it's patterned and it's programmed into them. That's one of the things that I learned. They all have a routine, and so schedule a time each week. We're same time each week, whether it's a Friday afternoon, or if you go liming on a Friday afternoon, that is fine. Don't give up your liming. Maybe it's a Wednesday, maybe it's a Monday, maybe it's a Thursday, but some quiet time. And for those of you who have children or a partner, I don't want to hear the excuse that, oh, the kids, whatever. You have to find time for you. You cannot be a great parent. You cannot be a great mom or a great dad or a great partner if you don't take care of yourself. And all these things are taking care of yourself. You must have a life of your own, right? So schedule the same time each week to sit and check in with yourself. Maybe you were too aggressive, maybe something drastically changed and you have to change your plans, right? And also it's a great way to record your wins. Like you may be reviewing this week and you'll be like, yes, I really, did well in this area, I really made it to the gym, especially if you're not a gym person. Gym is the easiest thing to find. And maybe if you're cutting out carbs, you decide you're not going to eat bread, maybe that helps as well. Like me, I'm trying this intermittent fasting that Kimoni has me on, one of my coworkers, and I kind of stumbled. It was not on my list, but I am recognizing some benefits of it, so I'm sticking with that. And things like that can happen as well. So schedule some time. And then number 4 is, and the last thing is, surround yourself with physical items that remind you of your intention. And I forgot to bring my mantra bands. So what does that mean? Like mantra bands, we got 20%. IC Jewelers gave all of our participants 20% off mantra band purchases. And for those of you who don't know what mantra bands are, they're nice bracelets. They have them in silver, they have them in gold, whatever your preference is, and they're positive affirmations. So one of my participants, she went out and she got one that said mind over matter. I can't remember what her word was, but whatever it was reinforcing that. And so I have a few. I have one that says choose love, which reminds me to always be positive and always bring peace to a situation. Because in my primary job, I'm dealing a lot of the times with discipline, or I'm dealing with persons who may be angry, not at me, but at a situation. And so I have to remember to bring peace to that. And even in my personal life, bring peace. I have another one that says, you got this, which is really for me to strengthen my faith, to strengthen my confidence, to let me know, hey, Wave, you got this, you'll be fine. So those are some ways in which you can do that as well, right? Let me show you one other thing. I have something really cool to show you. 1 minute. So yes, I am back. So I wanted to show you something really cool. So surround yourself with things that remind you of where you want to go. And so I want to show you, I think it's the light, but this here, you can see it. It's a People brand mug, and yes, these will be on sale, so you can have your coffee. And what I like about it, it says connecting, inspiring, influencing, and it's a great way to remind yourself. When you see the People brand mug, you will remember me. And you will remember your favorite video, and you will remember this message, because you're surrounding yourself with an item that will push you, propel you towards your intention. So these are some People brand mugs that I have. Really cool. I really love them. And the other thing is that I have is a journal. And it reminds you, I'm a big journaler, right? So how could I not have a journal? So it says, you are what you think, you become what you think. And it really reminds you, you are what you think and you become what you think. And this is a great reminder to manage your thoughts, to manage your mindset. You are what you think. Thoughts become things, and it is so true. And so surround yourself with stuff that reminds you. So mantra bands are great, they're very great, I love them. Journals are great, mugs are great, or some persons choose positive sayings on shirts. They may have some shirts, like I've seen one that says Slay Queen or what have you. I saw one today. One of the participants sent me one that she wore. She's like, this is what I'm wearing today, and it so thrills my heart. She said something about get rid of the stuff that weigh you down, and there were some emotions that were listed there. So these are great ways to really reinforce. So again, let me get my notes here. So first thing is you wanna win, and you have to set yourself up to success, and you are responsible for you. So it's your responsibility. So the first one is display your commitment, display your intentions where you can see it big and broad in your face every day, right? And especially if you're somebody who is not really disciplined, but your heart is in the right place, and you have had experiences where you haven't been successful with setting intentions, right? So you want to do that. So display your commitment. And the great thing about displaying your commitment too is anybody walking into your space will also hold you accountable. So you do that, then you find one word. It's one word that keeps you on the straight and narrow. It's one word that refocuses you, right? And I strongly encourage you to have that. And then number 3, you schedule some time every week, same time every week, same day, same time every week, as much as possible as you can, to really check in and see what your progress is. Celebrate any wins, and don't be too hard on yourself, because you are human. You are implementing a new habit, but just continue, keep it moving. A lot of the times when we don't we falter, we just get discouraged. You cannot get discouraged, just keep it moving, right? And the fourth thing is surround yourself with the physical items that reminds you of your intention. And these are things like mantra bands. This is what I use. These are things like the journal, really cool People Brand journal right here. And also, you see me can't get it out, a People Brand mug, right? Connecting, inspiring, and influencing you. And so this is it, really. This is what I wanted to share. I mean, obviously there's lots of other things out there on the internet and lots of other people, and I'm not calling them down or saying the message they're sharing is incorrect, but I feel and I know that winning and success comes from a deeper level. It comes from your subconscious. It comes from your mind and your mindset, which is why I've decided to share these tips with you, because I really feel like they're going to help you. And so, as always, I do coaching. I do provide coaching. So if you love the messages and you want to be coached by me, please reach out at hellowaveney@thepeoplebrandskn.com. Also, if this message resonates with you, there's somebody that needs to hear this message, share it, send it to them. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and the Wavelength Wednesday series are all on YouTube, every single one that I've done. So thank you, and leave an emoji below. Let me know how you feel about this, and hit me up if you would like a journal, you want to purchase a journal, you want to reinforce your intention with a journal and a mug. Let me know. Just send me a message. If you have my phone number, send me a WhatsApp. I have limited ones, so just let me know. I'll be more than happy to get them to you. And thank you once again. I will see you next week on another Wavelength series. Bye.